Imagine a sprawling field, bathed early in the morning light, dotted with flags and flowers at rest upon the graves of fallen soldiers. Each marker, a silent testament to the ultimate sacrifice paid for freedom, a price forever embedded in the soul of the American nation. This poignant scene, replicated across the United States every last Monday of May, is not just a ritual but a profound expression of a nation's memory and respect. Memorial Day, often marked by parades, speeches, and solemn ceremonies, holds a depth largely untold in the mainstream narratives, a depth that reveals the complex tapestry of grief, honor, and national identity. Memorial Day goes beyond the barbecues and retail sales that have come to characterize much of its modern observance. Its origins and evolution tell a story of a society striving to make sense of its bloodiest conflict, and seeking to commemorate those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. This essay delves deep into these stories, some well-known and others hidden in the folds of history, to paint a fuller picture of this significant American holiday. The genesis of Memorial Day can be traced back to the post-Civil War era, a time of profound grief and political complexity in America. It was a period marked by a national struggle to reconcile the losses of war and restore unity. The idea of a formal day to commemorate the fallen soldiers emerged as a healing gesture, proposed by various communities independently. The first officially recognized observance of what was then called Decoration Day occurred on May 30, 1868. It was primarily influenced by General John A. Logan, leader of an organization for Northern Civil War veterans. Logan called for a nationwide day of remembrance for over 620,000 soldiers killed during the Civil War. This declaration was a pivotal moment in the institutionalization of the day's observance. This day was not just about honoring the military dead, but also about reconstructing a fractured nation. Through the act of decorating graves, Americans began a tradition that would evolve into a significant cultural and national observance. The inaugural Decoration Day was a solemn, reflective day filled with both mourning and civic pride. It took place in Arlington National Cemetery, a site of great symbolic significance due to its location and history. Thousands gathered, including veterans, civilians, and government officials, united in a shared expression of respect. The role of African Americans in this first observance is a poignant part of the history often overlooked. Formerly enslaved individuals were among the first to organize and participate in early memorials, even before Logan's official call. Their involvement was both an act of remembrance and a declaration of their newly affirmed citizenship and rights. This date was chosen possibly to ensure that flowers across the country would be in full bloom, symbolizing renewal and growth from the death and decay of war. The choice reflects a deeper intent, not only to decorate graves but also to cultivate a sense of ongoing life, connecting the past sacrifices to the present and future of the nation. The observance of Decoration Day was a compelling blend of somber remembrance and patriotic fervor, setting a precedent for future Memorial Days. It was a public acknowledgement of the cost of freedom and a collective vow to remember those who paid that cost. As the years passed, the practice of observing Decoration Day spread from community to community, transcending the boundaries of the Civil War's Union and Confederate divides. It became a unifying national gesture of remembrance for all Americans who had died in military service. By the early 20th century, the day had evolved beyond its Civil War origins to encompass American casualties of other conflicts. The turning point in its formal recognition came in 1971 with the passage of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. This act established Memorial Day as a federal holiday to be commemorated on the last Monday of May, ensuring a three-day weekend. This decision was both a nod to the need for a formal recognition of the sacrifice made by military personnel and a reflection of the modern work week and lifestyle, which favored long weekends. The act also marked a shift in how the day was observed, moving from a day of quiet reflection and decoration of graves to a more extensive, holiday-like celebration. This transition was not without controversy, as many felt that the true meaning of the day was diluted. The symbols and traditions of Memorial Day are as evocative as the holiday itself. Among the most iconic is the red poppy, a symbol of remembrance inspired by the World War I poem in Flanders Fields. American professor Moyna Michael adopted the custom of wearing red poppies on Memorial Day in honor of those who died serving the nation during the war. Flags are also central to Memorial Day traditions, typically flown at half-staff until noon, then raised to full staff until sunset. This unique custom honors the fallen for the morning and then raises the flag to signify the resolve of the living to carry on the fight for freedom. Moreover, the National Moment of Remembrance, established by Congress in the year 2000, asks Americans to pause at 3 p.m. local time to reflect on the sacrifices made by soldiers and the value of their lives. This moment of silence is a powerful national gesture of unity and reflection, reminding everyone of the deep human costs of conflict. Throughout its history, Memorial Day has been marked by poignant speeches and proclamations that have helped shape the holiday's identity and significance. These addresses have served not only as tributes to the fallen, but also as reflections on liberty, the costs of national security, and the values that define America. Presidents, military leaders, and civic figures have used Memorial Day speeches to address the nation, reaffirming commitment to peace and freedom. President Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, though not delivered on Memorial Day, echoes in many Memorial Day speeches, invoking the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead, we take increased devotion to the cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. These speeches often serve as a reminder of the responsibilities of citizenship and the importance of national unity, calling on Americans to remember the sacrifices that have enabled their freedoms. They are a crucial aspect of the observance, connecting past sacrifices to present and future generations. Memorial Day has evolved differently across periods of war and peace. During times of conflict such as World Wars I and II, the day took on intensified significance, serving as a poignant reminder of the ongoing sacrifices being made on battlefields abroad. Communities held larger, more somber ceremonies, and the media filled with stories of heroism and sacrifice, personalizing the war efforts and losses for those on the home front. In contrast, during peacetime, the observance has sometimes shifted towards a more general celebration of all military personnel, past and present, reflecting a broader appreciation for military service. This shift often includes more festive elements, such as parades, air shows, and family gatherings, alongside the traditional remembrance activities. The fluctuating focus of Memorial Day between periods of war and peace underscores the adaptability of its observance, shaped by the nation's current realities and feelings. However, regardless of the global situation, the core of Memorial Day, honoring those who have died in service to the United States, remains unchanged. Memorial Day has played a significant role in shaping American national identity, emphasizing values such as sacrifice, honor, and loyalty. These values are reflected not only in the observances of the day itself, but in how Americans perceive their history and their responsibilities to the nation. The day serves as a crucial link between past and present, reminding Americans of their shared heritage of courage and sacrifice. It also reinforces the idea that freedom and peace are hard-earned and must be cherished and protected through collective memory and respect for those who have fought to secure them. This aspect of national identity is particularly important in a country as diverse as the United States, where a common respect for military sacrifice can serve as a unifying element, transcending other divisions. Memorial Day thus not only commemorates those who have died, but also reaffirms a national ethos that values service and unity. While Memorial Day is a uniquely American holiday, similar observances exist around the world, each reflecting its nation's history and cultural attitudes towards military sacrifice. Countries such as the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia observe Remembrance Day, which shares similarities with Memorial Day, but also has distinct differences, particularly regarding the time of year and the specific traditions involved. These global observances highlight a common human inclination to honor military sacrifices, showing that while the specific practices may vary, the underlying sentiments of respect and remembrance are universal. Comparing these observances can also provide Americans with a broader perspective on their own traditions and deepen the understanding of Memorial Day's significance both at home and in a global context. Understanding the full history and significance of Memorial Day is essential, not only for honoring those who have sacrificed their lives, but also for appreciating the freedoms and rights those sacrifices secured. By reflecting on our past and the many stories of valor and sacrifice, we can ensure that the true meaning of Memorial Day informs our future actions and attitudes. As we look forward, let us continue to engage in meaningful observances, educate the younger generations, and uphold the values for which so many have given their lives. In doing so, we honor not just the memory of the fallen, but also the enduring spirit of unity and resilience that defines America. Memorial Day, with its rich history and profound implications, serves as a reminder of both the costs of liberty and the strength derived from remembering and honoring those who have paid those costs. Let this day be a time of reflection, education, and renewed commitment to the values we hold dear. We encourage you to honor Memorial Day by visiting local memorials, participating in community events, or sharing your own stories and memories on social media. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that honor our heroes and their sacrifices.